Hey Robloxian, what's up? Welcome back to another amazing episode of Blox Life. So guys, in today's video we are going to discuss mind-blowing chapters in Roblox Piggy you should try in 2022. Are you guys excited? So let's get started. So keep up with me till the end, comment right below this video, subscribe if you still haven't, and turn on the post notification for more videos. Here are 3 mind-blowing chapters in Roblox Piggy you should try in 2022. Chapter 10, Mall. It is a reasonably simple map, but with twists and turns, we begin with Chapter 9, where the player follows a shadow to a mall, which seems to be George Piggy. Then, they struggle to find the shadow, but unlocking the doors, the player finds George Piggy, confirming that he's alive and not infected. The player and Zizzy bring him to the house, and then they meet Z and Zuzzy Pony, and we have cameos of Giraffe character and Mimi character. This map introduces you to new items, just like the mirror, which you'll use to urge coins. It also introduces metal detectors and alarms for the bots. If you don't count Doggy from Chapter 4, it also introduces you to Mousy, which punishes the player if they stay within the vents rather than exiting to avoid Piggy. The player, along with Zizzy, meets up with George and convinces him to come along with them. Chapter 11, Outpost. You track Mr. P's helicopter signal to a military outpost along with Zizzy and Pony. In the end, you prepare to go into the military base, but you discover George followed you. Pony and Zizzy stay behind to fight a mob of soldiers who have gathered. The player and George enter the base, and they find Mr. P, except he's a cyborg. He passes them off as the people he has disappointed within the past coming back to haunt him, and leaves. George, and therefore the player, follows him, and the transition to Chapter 12 begins. While you play the chapter, soldier piggies will spawn from various holes across the map. Zizzy will frolic, killing the soldiers to stop them from killing you. You'll feed Pony a carrot, and he will attack the piggy, knocking him/her out for 20 seconds. Pony also can kill a soldier. The bot skin for the chapter is torture. Mr. P runs off, saying that you aren't real to George and the player. They chase after Mr. P. Chapter 12, Plant. The player and George Piggy follow Mr. P as he mentions how foolish the player is as to how he was when he tried to save the life of his wife. He then cocks his gun as the round starts. By finishing and surviving both phases of the round, another cutscene plays where he thinks about the actions he has taken. George wants to harm Mr. P, but the player stops him from doing so. Mr. P chooses to continue fighting off the infected. This is often where you can opt to go with either Mr. P or George. To work out which ending you get, you want to decide either to travel with George or to remain with Mr. P. From here, you can get 2 endings. First is the good ending. The player must choose any way to accompany George to the outside. When both the player and George leave Mr. P within the plant, they find both Zizzy and Pony alive, who just have finished off every soldier there. They notice the player and George are happy and congratulate them on their success. However, Pony then asks what they ought to do next. George insists that they look for a cure, ending the cutscene and making the screen black for a second, possibly hinting that if a Piggy 2 gets made, it'd be about finding a cure for the virus. Second is the bad ending. The player must wait for some seconds and not go with George to meet Zizzy and Pony. You need to walk up to Mr. P. In this finishing, the player instead stays there and begs Mr. P to go with them, but Badgie appears behind the player and the player's infected with a green vial of radioactive material. So guys, this was all about today's video. Share as much as you can. That really motivates us to create more content for you guys. With this, we end our video. Hope you liked the video.